why should I give a damn?
What the fuck is up? You're now tuned in to episode 145 of Why Should I Give a Damn? I am your host, Eric.
It's your girl, Breezy the Barber.
John, what's the word?
Cam. Yeah, Cam. That's what I'm going
And we
with.
back in the building once again. If you're
again.
on the YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. Also, for those of you guys on the audio platforms, make sure you're streaming our audio on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to podcasts at. We got another one for you guys again. I kind of want to start it off with your boy Germ. You're back in the building for coming from Chicago. We was talking about Mayor Lightfoot when the cameras was off. And I just had a question. Who just replaced Mayor Lightfoot in Chicago?
Man, I can't even think of his name, but I know it's a brother. He's a black dude. That's all I know pretty
We're
much.
brothers.
It's all this black
He's a
dude.
brother. Yeah.
Right. You sound like me when they replaced Mark Budenholzer for the Bucks coach. I'm like, it's a nigga. So
That's
I'm
all
in.
he said.
He's
Yeah.
a
We'll
dude.
go.
Now he's different, but like I've been seeing him on the news. I can't think of his name, but like he seemed like somebody who's gonna be like really more in tune with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like see what's going on. Like he really
Brandon
been meeting
Johnson
with
is
leaders
what we're
and going
telling.
to different places and talking
Brandon
to different
Johnson.
activists and people in the community and shit like that.
Okay.
Like he been really like trying to dig
Not
in from what
corrupt.
I see. But like we can't really knock Lightfoot for what she was doing or what even her time because Chicago was already messed up from Daley and Rahm Emanuel. Like
I don't know. She's
You gotta
trying to
think
get
about it.
rid of
She came-
Soldier Field and put a NASCAR
Like, she
racing
came-
thing downtown.
that just happened. That was in a second. The NASCAR was just in Chicago in a second.
Man. Well,
They
shout
got a nigga named Brandon in office?
Yeah, I think that is his name.
Talk about progress.
I like
out-
that.
shout
More
out-
nigga names.
shout out Mayor Lightfoot, but shout out to the new
I
mayor,
think it's
Brandon
Brandon
Johnson.
Yeah, Brandon Johnson.
And Brandon Johnson,
Don't get
maybe he
blacker
can be Mayor Heavyfoot. He can come and stomp this crime out that's going on in Chicago right now because there's a whole lot of bullshit. But at the same time, we can't talk because Chicago is not even on the most dangerous cities list no more. So they're doing some progress. I mean, they must. A lot of
What
it's
list
going
are
on
you
in
checking?
a lot of it's going on probably like in the outskirts of Chicago. It's like spreading out. So
Yeah, they
it's
coming
not
to
as,
Milwaukee.
It's not as concentrated, but
Because what number are we now?
yeah, we're going up because, like I said, Chicago niggas is like Mexicans just coming over the border, coming with their crimes and cartels in our beloved neighborhoods and stuff. So we might have to build a Wisconsin wall.
Yeah, apparently
Yep.
in O Block, they're
Lock
all
down the
Muslim
section.
now.
Lock down the section.
Isn't
8.
that
Stop
nice?
accepting
I was
applications
told that
like
was the reason why we didn't get the high-speed rail because it would get more access for Chicago people to come and migrate here.
Oh, yeah, it would have been a drug selling extravaganza. Like that's
Yeah.
what you would have said.
But see, they can come here and they have quicker access to the state benefits here. So
Right. Do you know there's more for our Section 8 housing here? There's more Chicago people on the
Yeah.
list than people who actually from here.
yep.
I said, what?
That's why we didn't get the high-speed rail.
So that's why I said, it's just shit on Milwaukee all they want, but they got our shit all fucking
They
sold out.
want to tax us.
I'm about ready to move out the Midwest now. Shit, y'all don't let this shit take. Make Milwaukee great again. Make Wisconsin great again. Build a wall. The Chicago niggas is taking over.
I like that. Make Milwaukee great again.
Chicago
You
is
might
our
have a
go-getters. What are you
movement.
gonna do?
And I'm gonna tell you who else is taking over too. That a lot of people don't talk about.
Most of them.
A lot of the crimes start going up after Hurricane Katrina when a lot of you New Orleans niggas came up here fucking shit. I'm not letting y'all niggas off the hook either.
Yeah.
You Boondocks episode ass niggas who came up here fucking some shit up.
Yep.
So y'all came up here with all this
Refugee
crime.
ass niggas.
Now 10, 15
Yeah.
years later, we're sitting here dealing with the backlash of all this shit. Make
Yeah.
Milwaukee great again.
Yeah.
Okay?
We should. That's a nice. I
Niggas
like
used to get
that.
killed over pellies and starter jackets and shit.
They did.
Before Katrina.
But now you're
We have
getting
more
killed.
bum the inflection. of
But now you're getting
bums.
killed just standing in your fucking living room because somebody drove a car through your shit because the Kia boys are going crazy.
Yeah.
Like now, not like
Or
Or they trying to
it's
take
more
your
ways to
guns
die
out the
now.
Car. Yeah.
It's more ways to die.
That's a good question. Why
Become
do
a
they?
stunt driver or something. You know what I mean?
Why do
Like,
they do that? Like, I'm like, why do they do that?
The crazy
TikTok.
driving.
They got that shit from TikTok.
Yeah, why do they do
it's
that?
a thrill.
I think it's a
The
mixture.
Kia
of-
boys TikTok.
What's the achievement like? What's the end
I think
goal?
it's a mixture of TikTok and people being raised on Grand Theft Auto and kind of
Yeah,
being
it's just chill.
desensitized to driving. Once you've been speeding and swerving through Grand Theft Auto with Franklin in slow motion your whole life, then once you finally get a car, I feel like some people are desensitized to the fact that this is a real life thing that can really kill people. There is no extra life. You're not going to get teleported to the hospital. You're gone. When you're gone, you're gone. And I feel like these young people, they're desensitized to life and death shit when it comes to clout. So if they can get clout, they'll risk it all until they see shit get real. Then they become the biggest victims on earth. Then, oh my God, I'm depressed, I'm anxiety. Oh my God. No, we don't want to hear that shit now. Because you didn't give a fuck when you were doing it.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden you got all these labels to dodge accountability. I call a lot of these labels accountability dodgers. Because most of this shit can be proven in a hospital if you really got the shit.
True.
So shout out to the accountability dodgers out there. We ain't got time for it. Crazy driving. I'm more scared of getting hit by a motherfucker that run a red light than a stray bullet or like some random getting robbed or some shit now. That's how crazy the driving is now. It's just that crazy. Every time I'm on, especially on the north side, anytime I'm driving through the north side, there's always that looking out the corner of your eye because you never know when a stoley. It's got to the point like when I pick the kids up from school, I see at least 1 or 2 high-speed chases a week. 1 or 2 high-speed chases a week. And one got really close to us. You know how you ever have a car go by you so fast that it feel like it'll lift your shit up, like the air lift your car up and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
drive a pickup, so no, but yes, also.
That's true.
It feel like the air generator. It's crazy, but like I said, hopefully we get our shit together. I want to talk about also Bill Cosby. He recently they got him on another charge.
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby, I guess, because I guess another lady is alleging that in 1975, well, first she said 74, and then she said, no, actually it was 75. She had to get her years straight. But she said 1975 that basically she met up with Bill, had a drink, she went to the bathroom, came out feeling woozy, and when she came out, he was laying on the bed waiting for her and told her to perform a sexual act, and she felt pressure to perform it. So it sounds like to me as she got on that drink, came out, Bill was laying there with the Jello pudding, said, "Come suck this motherfucker," and she sucked that motherfucker.
So that sound like to me. It sound like she popped that thing, she got geeked, and
another thing,
Don't stop.
and I hate to bring my victim shaming badge out, but my thing about it is when we go back, when we go back to this time, we have to remember, in the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, they was doing these drugs, Quaaludes and snorting coke and doing. It was way like it was the thing. It was almost like vaping now. Right. So like, let's say in like 50 years, vaping becomes this outlaw thing that nobody do, and they can go back and like, oh, he used to vape. He's an evil person. No, back in 2023, everybody vape, and that's what Quaaludes was for that time. It was the vaping of 23, but they did Quaaludes and shit, loosened the booty holes up and shit. They did.
I've never heard that, and that's crazy. And that might be cool. That might be like super right. I don't know.
No, I mean,
I don't know yet.
Everybody out here
vaping a good sex.
No, but
and Quaaludes are like everybody says that. Like I've never met an old person that said they had one regret about Quaaludes. They say out of all the drugs they've ever done, Quaaludes are the best.
So there you go. So what you're saying is the girls were having a great time, Cap. So that's what I hear.
Best time Bill Cosby. I don't know about that.
Best time ever.
That might be
Jello pudding extravaganza. I'm hearing. So I mean,
Bill Cosby might have raped that woman.
I don't know. Look, at the end of the day, we'll never really know what happened. The Deshaun Watson case kind of fucked my head up because once they showed the text messages of the girls pretty much saying like, yeah, I'm just trying to get in on the money, and I don't give a fuck as long as I can get at least X amount of money. You know, there is when you see so many people piling on one person, it does give me a little rock eyebrow when I'm looking at it because I feel like sometimes there's lawyers and people who got money implications in the background coaching these women like, look, if we play our cards right, all of us, including the lawyer, can get paid. Because let's be honest, if when they close this case or if they get a settlement out of Bill Cosby, anytime they get one, everybody from the lawyer on down is getting paid. So everybody has incentive to lie. We see this shit with Michael Jackson where the dude come out after the fact, well, I lied and my parents told me to do everything. And why? Because at the end of the day, everybody has incentive to lie. There's big money in lying when it comes to celebrity. If you could just say a celebrity so much as knocked you down and made you tear your ankle and you missed work for so many, you can sue them for $1 million nowadays. So there's incentive to lie. I'm not saying that they're lying, but I'm saying there's incentive to lying. So we can't always assume everything these celebrities are being accused of is real. We got to let the courts play it out. I don't think Bill did it. I'm just flat out saying, I don't think Bill did shit wrong.
I just like 1975
think hoes was gone.
is a
Yeah.
long time ago.
That's wild.
And
like,
I'm not telling somebody how to heal, you know.
Me
But,
neither,
By
but
no means.
waited
what
a
the
long
fuck was that
time.
about? You could have written a book and been guaranteed more money than fucking trying to bring
Facts.
this up with him already in
I'm
prison.
gonna tell you what
Getting
happened.
thrown
Somebody
at him.
told
Like,
somebody.
what the fuck?
I'm gonna tell you what happened. Somebody showed her the new check. The check got updated. That first check, she like, I'm good. I don't want the drama. I don't want the drama. And then like deal or no deal, they
Yeah,
came
she
with
was
that other
incentivized.
briefcase. Open it up,
Wait, didn't he get
bitch.
released?
You could get this.
Ain't Bill Cosby out of jail?
Yeah, he out.
Oh.
He outside.
Cause Germ
Hit him
right
with
now. If a lawyer came out right now and said, "Look, we're doing an investigation on Bernie Mac in the Chicago area. He was touching boys, and if you could just say that he grazed up against your penal area, it made you feel uncomfortable, I can promise you at least 7 figures, 10 to 30 million guaranteed. All I need you to do is just say he brushed against your penal area. That's all I need you to say. That's all you got to say." Think about it. This is happening to people. This is happening. All you got to say is this. And to a person that's broke, if all I got to say is this, I'm like,
Or a has been.
exactly.
Most of these chicks are. Janice Dickinson was probably the
Man, look, they come at me
Say.
talking about something, we'll give you 50
Can't
million. I'm
say
like, I was
I'll
at
do
the
some shit
comedy
like that.
club. I was backstage
went
at the
out.
comedy club. I thought I was going to get an autograph. I love the Bernie Mac show. I love the Bernie Mac show. I'm just trying to get an autograph.
No, I can't. Nah,
That's what he just said. Come here, motherfucker. Brushed against my shit.
because that choice don't only affect him, but other people around him. I don't want to do no shit like that.
Yeah,
That's kind of whack.
honorable. I love it.
And Jeremy's still yelling free R. Kelly, so you can't really you can't throw a scenario at him like that.
I'm just saying, man. I just try to put people in the mindset of these are the type of offers these people be getting. You just never know what type of money. A lot of time the lawyer is in on the deal because the lawyer has studied law. They know the loopholes. They know what they feel like.
loopholes,
If I could get enough people to say this, not only is it going to get my resume up, and I'm going to start getting because the more high profile you is as a lawyer, the more you get paid. How many times we see in this little David Gruber commercials and all this other shit? He's all over the place, so he's getting top dollar. So when you all over the place and you got that high profile name as a lawyer, you gonna get more money. So they don't give a fuck about, we watch Power with Davis and all these other movies. They don't give a fuck about the results. And these lawyers is trying to get paid and trying to do what they got to do to advance their name, just like most people in their industry. So don't trust nobody. I got another question though, because
Shout out to Sparkus. Can't trust everybody. Can't trust everybody.
can't trust them, but I do got another thing we got to speak on now. It was a question because I saw some confusion when it comes to the cheating realm. First off, Breezy, I wanted to ask you straight up. Let's say if you got a man, or let's say you go on a date, you're on a date or whatever. What's your procedure when it comes to men seeing other women they know and giving those women hugs? Do you have a two-handed rule,
I just went through this
one-handed
last
rule? Because as a man, nothing's more awkward than when you with your girl, with your wife, with your significant other than a girl. You just cool with cum, and they reach in for the hug, and sometimes you gotta slide it to the left like cha-cha and put the one hand in.
To the left, to the left.
Two hand ain't gonna cut it, but is two hand arm grabbing accessible? Is this like the
What is
old
he talking
NBA?
about, Fee?
Can
What
you
is he
hand
talking
check?
about, Fee? I don't know what he's talking about, Fee. What is he talking about? Do
this
y'all
What's the
experience this?
procedure?
isn't from personal experience. This is just
I'm a cheater.
So I actually went through this last night. I went out to my spot and I saw actually one of my
you gonna do?
brother's friends. They recognized me. I was by myself at the bar. They recognized me. They came up. I'm like, hey, me. I'm just thinking it's them. They go in for the hugs. You know what I'm saying? And then once everybody started introducing themselves, then this lady walked up. And I was like, oh, my God, you look familiar. He was like, I'm his wife. It's like, shit. But
So
he
you
went
were
in
the
for
chick-
he didn't go in for the side hug. And he probably was a little late.
so
it's a
basically you got the
cocktail bar.
full hug and then the
I
wife
got
came
the
in.
full hug. Then the wife came
Where were the
in.
hands
And I was
positioned,
like,
above
oh my
waist?
God, you look familiar. He was like, I'm his wife.
What was
but
the
I
waist
recognized
level?
her from Facebook photos.
What was the waist level of the hand? Like, was it waist level? Was it
It was
caressing butt up?
probably, it was lower
Was
back.
it a Christian?
Lower
hug?
back.
But
okay.
it was mid
Was it-
to lower.
was
but
it
wasn't
past or
like,
accessible?
You know how sometimes them last 3 fingers hit the waist level? Wasn't
Oh.
there.
Okay, it wasn't Jordan level.
on a peak of the ass
Not the
crack,
Jordan.
basically.
Was it
Mary J.
was it
Blige.
pastor level or
Sounds like a good
deacon
guy.
level?
Sounds like a good guy.
Sneaky,
Misunderstanding.
He was a good guy. I think it was a
Trust me, he's
misunderstanding.
probably a good guy.
But then too, so then when I realized that, I was like, oh my God, I've been keying and shit.
Right. And she probably heard
But
one
on
too
the
many
way
keys.
out, so he kept kind of talking to me, and she was standing at the door waiting.
Oh, so that's on him
Oh,
now.
yeah.
That's
And then
on
he
him.
was waiting. She was like,
He don't know the procedures.
she had the door open, like staring at him. And then her smile went to a straight face,
Oh.
But,
I hear major
I was
violations
I
going on.
wasn't trying, Then at that point, I was entertaining the friend more who came along.
He could have played it different.
Yeah, he could
He
have
could have
played.
played.
Different.
And
That's on
then
him.
he threw me off because he gave me another hug on the way out. So then I gave
Dual
him
hugs.
I gave him a one arm.
The ride.
Double
Because she
dribble?
was right there. I
know
gave
the
him a
ride
one
home is
arm.
a motherfucker.
So
So
I was
you
just,
had
but I
the-
felt bad because I was like, oh my God, who was that? And it was his wife. So I think that men, like y'all
losing
really
faith.
kind of control the situation. I've been in situations where you run into guys and you clearly see they're with another woman. I'm not going to approach you. I'm not going to talk to you. We can look at each other. We know what time it is. Like, I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Because
Shout out to women who know what time it is. So,
you just
Yeah.
gotta,
You know what I mean?
it's just a part of maturing
I
and
hate
growth.
that.
And,
No one else.
like, I don't want my man out here just hugging
You said
bitches
just
all
look-
night
so
because,
you said y'all encounter, y'all just look at each other.
you get the look.
It's reckless eyeball.
No,
fucking.
don't even look at
Yeah.
it. That's what you really know.
See, yeah, nigga.
Head nod, look, hi.
Every man knows the safe one arm, shoulder to shoulder bump hug. Like, like
Exactly.
it's just
The one
safe,
arm.
Get in, get out. Get in, get out. Keep it safe. Keep
Just-
everybody lives in good shape.
You lucky if
I'll
you
do
get
a
grunt out of
silent
me
hi.
when I'm
Like,
walking by you.
I'll
better
be
do the
saying
lean.
it, but
I'm gonna tell you what though. The reason why
Walk past lanes.
the reason why I do the
You gotta
one
do the
arm
lean?
the reason why I do the one arm hug though is because
lean.
shaking up with women just feels so weird, or just like when you just all right,
Exactly.
all right, good, all right, bro, with a girl, it just feels weird, especially if it's somebody you know or somebody you cool with. Shaking up, it just get her the one arm
Right.
church.
Like the
Sunday
lane.
school hug,
Yeah.
just got baptized hug.
and it needs
Doesn't
to
hurt
be quick.
anybody.
It can't be like really more than 2 seconds.
Yeah, look, pop,
Once
pop.
you get to 3,
A bang, bang. Like,
1,
nah.
2, that's a long hug. It needs to be 1.5.
But now, if you're embracing, you're holding. I feel like you're absorbing.
Right.
I feel like you're inhaling.
Like
then
Yeah,
now we're going
the
too
hands
far.
We can
go
smell
behind
it.
the
Doing
neck.
those.
That's OC.
Yeah.
Like hands behind the neck is wild.
Yeah. Anything within the neck, anything inside of the neck is a violation. That's-
And when you
can't do that.
release the arms don't go down. They go to the side.
Germ, have
Sometimes the niggas will slide the arms on the ass on the way down.
Germ, have
You
you,
know that-
ever? Germ, have you ever been in a position where your girl met one of her old niggas or friends that you ain't really know like that, and there was an embrace or a hug or something, and you've kind of felt some type of way?
I got a weird story about that. Weird as hell. You mentioned that because I was like, she was walking ahead of me, right? So I'm behind her. So this dude must have like, my thing is don't touch above the shoulders or like above the ass. Like,
Yeah.
so he basically like reached like below, but he like grabbed her hand. So I like punched directly like down to the back of his neck, like hard as
You went right for the
I went
punch.
straight for his shit.
You punched the back
I
of his
expected
neck.
the story to only
I
go
wasn't
that way.
expecting. I was expecting to be way more build up.
I'm proud of you.
No, I dropped like I just threw it. I just threw that because I
Good
saw
job.
it. Like something
Knock
just told
that
me.
nigga
I
out.
just saw it.
What you gonna do?
Zero build up.
It was like a reflex. It was most like it was almost like a reflex. Cause I instantly when I saw it, I just like, what the fuck?
You're a man, Jeremy.
Hey, I
You're
ain't
a
mad
man.
at it at all.
No.
Niggas
I'm
know,
proud of you. Knock the nigga out.
Niggas
Do it a
know-
hundred
I
times.
didn't do it. No, he did. It wasn't like that because like his reaction to it was he turned around, he looked, but she saw it. She just was like,
He
and
just
she
turned
like,
around and looked. What type of
like-
hit was this? It was like a dream punch?
Like I'm telling you, like a space like this, but he like kind of cut right. My bad. He kind of cut like right in the front of me.
And
know
he
what I'm
cut
saying?
you?
And that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like
Ain't
that's
no
what,
cutting.
That's like
You can't cut for a hug
like
now.
he was running out of strikes at the time. Like you cut me, you reaching, like you doing everything. Foul.
multiple flags on one play. That's what I'm
Right.
hearing.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, I reached in and she explained to me in the middle of the whole altercation, like that's a friend from school. Like we were the band. The funny thing about it
nah.
was he was like
real?
he was like that. You know what I'm saying?
Gay?
He do girls'
Wait,
hair.
wait,
Yeah,
wait.
he do girls' hair and
You
shit.
just said gay. That's
right.
acceptable.
Oh, okay.
Well, then that explains his level of privilege in that situation then. Because a lot of gay dudes, they
mean
automatically
to pieces
assume
that's
that
like
you
that.
know they're
I swear I
gay.
didn't. I was
So
like-
they'll reach in for those girls, like they'll reach in with the girls and like I be having to explain like everybody don't know you gay. Every gay dude ain't zesty is what I like to say. You know, some gay dudes is masculine as fuck. And you'll see them all on a chick like, what the fuck this thing on the whole time? That's cis.
There are lumberjack gay people
Yeah.
That's
There are
right.
gay people that bowl. Did
Right.
you know
Because
that?
I didn't guess that until after he turned
I
around and
actually
said
did not
something
know
to me.
Shout
I
out to
didn't
all the
guess.
gay people.
I didn't guess till he turned around and said something. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, okay.
Man,
I
fuck
think it's
that.
Pride Month,
Kinda
too.
like-
Right for
They
the
just had the
neck.
parade this morning.
Yeah, it is.
blocking a
And
lot
like I
of
said,
traffic.
and yeah, you're right. It is LGBTQ
Shout out to
month.
them.
Shout out.
I hate that they get June and Black History get February and shit and cold and shit. Let's swap that shit out. Shit, niggas need a summer month too. We want to be outside and shit
We
too.
want a parade outside.
Yeah, they gave us winter, the coldest month of the year. Gave these motherfuckers right when it get cracking, right when school let out and shit. LGBT, we just living La Vida Loca and shit with rainbow dresses on and shit. Well, meanwhile, we freezing and shit, but it's cool. We gotta take what we can get,
gotta take what
and
we
then
can
take it all over. Fuck it. You know what else is kind of
Are y'all
funny?
attending Pride, Eric?
You know what's funny? Me and Cam actually performed at Pride. Cam had a set at Pride years ago.
When?
You see
And
how
I-
you wanted to switch that up? That's crazy.
To
What?
throw you in there
First
too.
we performed there, now I had a full set there. That's crazy.
Well, we did perform. I was just, had to pay my homage. Pay homage to Cam. Cam had a set there.
I'm not afraid to go to Pride Fest.
And-
I didn't turn gay
What's to
or
be
anything.
afraid of?
No, and you know it's crazy. I was way less mature back then, so it was very interesting
I
for me at
performed it
that
like
time.
3-4 times. Each time I was in like a bigger situation. Pause. Like, you know what I mean? It was like the circumstances of why I was there was like greater each time, and I got paid. I think the last time, which was cool. It's a cool marquee thing. But I love gay culture. A lot of it is African culture that's just like unabridged, and it just so happens that the people front running it are gay. Like house music, the crazy dances, voguing is the fucking coolest shit ever.
Facts.
But yeah, shout out to gay people. They are also cool people.
Except for the guy that was rubbing his nipples
Not
during
all
our
of them. Though.
performance.
Some gay people suck because everybody sucks.
Well, there was one guy
Pause.
rubbing his nipples during our performance that I didn't like too heavily. That was uncomfortable, but other than that, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was a pretty fun experience.
I wore a fur coat once.
It definitely tested
Got
my
too much
tolerance
attention
levels,
then.
which I feel like
yeah,
is
too
good.
much.
I feel like every once in a while you should be a fish out of water. I feel like you need to get out of your comfort zone, experience being completely out of your element, just to see how much you can tolerate. Because some of us
It kind of tells
aren't.
you who you are too.
Yeah, some of us aren't really as tolerant as we think we are. Some of us are way more tolerant than we give ourselves credit for. And that was one of those experiences that made me realize, like, oh, I'm not really that homophobic as I thought I was. I don't like a lot of zesty shit. That's all it is, which is a lot of people, So shout out to
You
them.
just sound conservative.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
like I seen the wildest shit coming to the train here. Oh man, Feast. All right.
Did you
Feast,
know?
that shit was so crazy. Like,
What'd you see?
Nothing. I'm just gonna.
What'd you see?
What you see? No, you can't just say that.
You
What you
just saw it. What'd you see?
It was
there?
like
What'd you see on the train?
it was a guy who was like dressed in drag, and then I had on some like super high platform like rainbow boots or some shit like that.
Oh, he was
They
getting
was
ready.
high.
For
They were super high platform.
Some Spice Girls.
Yeah, like super high. Like
I remember when the Spice Girls made those high platform
Girls
shoes
was the
popping. I remember all the girls used to have a little buckle up,
Yep.
buckle them up,
Like
platform
Bobby.
shoes and shit. Motherfucker,
It's still a thing.
I remember being like kindergarten and first grade when the Spice Girl wave happened, and that "Do you want to be my lover?" Whatever the song, that
Gotta
shit
be
was
like
like
a
crack.
woman.
Everybody was. It was just nonstop. Shout out to the Spice Girls. I feel like they was ahead of their time and shit. Spice Girls.
Yeah, we had some
It was
good
just-
bands.
definitely shout out
They
to
need
Scary
be at
Spice.
Summerfest. What the
She
heck?
was the coldest one. Shout out to Scary Spice. Did she get knocked up by Eddie Murphy? This is one, and Scary Spice one, Eddie Murphy,
Yeah.
baby.
yeah,
So shout out to her.
Eddie don't fuck around.
Oh, Eddie bitches be bad.
That's what I said. That's what I'm
The
saying,
other thing, though, since we talked about the hug situation, another thing I want to talk about is we never talked about because Chance the Rapper got in trouble
man, he was
couple
getting that
like a month
bussin'.
ago, where he was seen twerking on a chick or whatever. And, I don't know where was they at, like Barbados
That
or
was Carnival. It was
Carnival, okay. So it was a chick, and they do dancing. It's a cultural thing there. It ain't like just at the strip club. It's cultural. Everybody's shaking the ass and moving the body and whatnot. And he decided to get behind that. And I want to know what you guys think about having a video of you getting twerked on like that while you're
Plus,
married with a
which
significant
pastor,
other.
Well, then you also got the angle. I think it was Diedrich Haddon.
Yeah.
He's a pastor. His wife was twerking on him, and that went viral because everybody felt like with his image that wasn't appropriate.
And this is what happens when you're that
Mind
fake
you, they're
ass.
married.
This is what happens when you're a fake ass Christian rapper like Chance the Capper. Like this is what happens. People hold you to a standard that we know you can't live up to, so you're always going to fail. From a married perspective, I'll get that. Where he violated was at, you can get twerk a lot. A lot of times when you're married and you've been with a chick alone, they know you're with them and they know that's what it is. They'll let you get away with a lot of little harmless dancing and shit like that. But this is where he fucked up at. There was an extra thrust in there. Like you gotta see when you're married or you got a girl. If you're getting twerked on, you need to look like a helpless damsel in distress that can't believe what's going on. Like you gotta be like, oh my, you gotta look like Home Alone when he found out his parents was gone and he was just him and the thieves there. You gotta be,
you gotta shake your head.
Oh my God, I can't believe you gotta look like you don't know what's going on. Like you just a retarded motherfucker that just don't know what's like. You just slow. He looked like an experienced veteran that was trying to insert some meat into that pussy. That's what he looked like.
He like a
Plus-
Chicago
Plus-
nigga juking him something in the
Plus,
basement.
he had like 3 of his guys holding him back.
Holding you back and you
House
thrusting
party
inward.
style,
Can
okay?
we
House party
please-
style.
that's exact-
Fuck simulation thrusting? You can't do
And
that.
his facial expression was
Are
like,
you serious? Like y'all really like,
damn.
bro? He get a pass on this. I say
No.
he get a pass.
I don't think so. What?
He
How?
get a pass. Because for the simple fact, like where he's from, and that's our culture, like Chicago, like a juke party, like you grind, like she grind him, you grind back, like that's exactly how it goes at a party. Like so, I didn't really see it like that. If his wife know anything about him, and where he from, and what we do, and how we party, and when we dance at parties, that's like I see he get a pass for that.
So you giving him
He
a
was
culture,
just at his
you giving him
moment.
a culture
It was
thrusting
it was
pass.
on a moment thing. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly.
I
And
would've
think
gave him a pass,
That
but-
nigga, he forgot where he was. I think he thought he was in a basement party in Chicago 2009.
He was using
That's
too
where
much.
that nigga thought he was at.
He was using too much
He
back
lost his
muscle,
mind.
bro. Too much back muscle,
He
bro.
was using a bit of back muscle, but
Too much spine.
I would
I'm
have been
sorry,
salty
bro.
for a couple hours. I don't think I would have been mad for.
Oh yeah, it ain't nothing.
She
that,
was
That
throwing
ain't
that
nothing.
motherfucker though. Look like
We're
I
not
mean,
saying he
got a
should be
picture.
divorced
I
or
seen
nothing
that
like
video.
that. It ain't
She-
that
yeah.
big
She
of a
was
deal.
throwing that motherfucker
Like I
because you
said, it
gotta
looked like a
admit, you
basement
gotta wait
party in
till.
09.
That's why you gotta wait till your wife or your girl say, so, "Oh damn, she throwing that motherfucker." That's
And
the
you
only
gotta
time.
and you gotta know your wife too. Some wives, like I said, you got Cardi B type wives who don't care. They'll throw the money while you getting twerked on like that. So if you know your wife is, like I said, he looked like he got a conservative, more Christian type churchy wife. So when you're in that realm, that's why I say it's a violation, because you know you're in that little churchy, goody two shoes ass realm. That's what you navigate in. So you knowing that, you just got to be more smart about how you thrusting forward. Now, if this was Dirk or Future or somebody like that, it'd be a little different because they don't operate in those circles. But you want to be goody two shoes all the fucking time. So that's why I call him Chance the Capper, because he do all this goody two shoes politician ass. Oh, goody! What's the dude off of Boondocks? The little good dude. I forgot his name. The corny dude, Tom. That's who Chance the Rapper is. Chance the Rapper is Tom off Boondocks with a microphone. But he tried to act like he's cool. But like I said, you're getting exposed. So you got caught. Hopefully his wife forgive him and all that other shit. But that's why I call him
think that
Chance
was
the
a big
Capper.
deal.
Because
Because if his wife,
you're not a
was doing-
pastor,
if
bro.
his wife is twerking on him like that, I don't know. I
think
feel
that
like
was
he
a
would have
big
been doing it.
I don't think his
He's
wife
got- I
twerked.
think he's
though.
got caught up.
I think that man looked like he's suffering
He,
from twerk
he was
deprivation.
with the guys. They was lit.
I don't think his wife twerk on him. Have you seen his
That's
wife?
where
He
I'm
got
coming
caught
from
at.
with it. Exactly. That's what I'm
I
coming
have
from.
seen his wife.
She don't strike me as a twerker. She strikes me as a
Chicken Samoa, Samoa.
Teen Wolf extra. But that's not has nothing to do with me.
Jesus
We
Christ.
got to talk
You love
about
that boot.
one of the things we talk about. Ronnie over there slumped, but he brought this topic up a couple weeks ago. I didn't get to discuss it. I got to bring it up now. Going through phones. Everybody know Ronnie. Ronnie just recently went through a situation where he had to dismiss a chick. Hope you don't mind I'm telling this little business. I ain't going into detail, Ronnie, but it's all good. Ronnie had to dismiss a chick because, he dating this chick. And how long was you with this chick, Ronnie? How many months? Year? Month? Couple weeks.
Nothing.
Little something light.
No info.
No info. Just a couple weeks, something light.
How
Something
she
light,
get
right?
your code?
For a
dude?
fucking minute.
And he he went out. He leaves his phone for a second, and she goes through his phone.
How she get your code?
She ends up finding out. He ends up finding out she went through the phone, and after that, they have a conversation. She find out whatever she find out. They no longer talking to each other. Long story short, we're not going to go into too much 6ix9ine gunner type detail. We're not going to 6ix9ine and gunner, my boy.
DJ Academics podcast.
This is academics level right here. Or if Cam was here, or if Colin was here, he'd be like, okay,
Or
we're
if
getting
there's
shade.
this- or is this
We're going
black?
shade room now. I'm like, let's call. So I want to know, Breezy, what's your procedure when it comes to going through
What's the
phones?
procedure?
You're a woman. You're dating. let's say if you're taking a man serious, is there ever a time where you feel like, okay, I'm gonna go through his phone just to see if I want to take this to the next level or not?
I don't fucking look through phones no more, okay? Because if you go looking for some shit, you're gonna find some shit.
Okay.
The only time I ever was really looking through phones is to be petty, just to have something in my back pocket. Like, all right, I'm gonna capture this piece of info. I'm gonna save it. You gotta be strategic.
Man.
You can't just. But the thing is, bitches look through the phone. Cause I was young. I've done it before. And we throwing everything we found. Bitch, you was not talking to this bitch. You like this bitch. No. You gotta be smarter about it, ladies. You gotta be smarter.
Lickbacks.
You can look through the phone to see where your placement is on the roster. All right, capture some evidence, some information, and
like
keep
what you said
it.
there.
You gotta keep that shit in your pocket.
You know what? When you say it like that,
Don't fuck it up if it's good, bitch.
I don't think I mind a chick trying to figure out where her placement is on the roster.
I
As
wanna
long as
see
she can
what the
accept her
fuck-
place. As
what
long
the
as she can
fuck
accept her roster.
type emojis you got next to other bitches' names and shit. What you know what I'm saying? Like, you get to going scrolling through text messages and looking through shit, bitch, you gonna find something. Cause I'm probably sending your nigga something. I'm just saying, like, niggas don't like, you know.
That's real
I
rap.
will say, like, back in the day, like, you know, when I was Mac Breezy. Oh yeah, you know, back we getting older. Ain't nobody deleting shit. We got too many apps. We can talk on too many different platforms now. You're gonna find something. Niggas ain't that clean. You know what I'm saying? So
You said when you was Mac Breezy?
when I was,
Jeremy, have you
I'm a
ever
lady now.
have you ever got hit like a Mac truck because somebody went through your phone? Mac Jerm?
My phone. Man.
I mean, I don't. Have you ever?
And
What's
if
your
y'all
phone
not in a
situation?
relationship, like, what can you really be mad at?
Yeah,
Bitch,
Cam, you ain't never had a phone situation.
Don't give nobody
Several.
the code. That's
check your lineup.
Yeah, bitches always going through my phone.
I think
Somebody
phone might
cheat,
be
nigga, I don't know.
phone might be the number
Fuck,
one
you
reason.
kill me, nigga. I don't know. I cheat,
don't
nigga.
be
Yes,
laughing like that.
always.
Hey,
Always
listen.
have. Probably
I mean, and
always.
if he just don't delete shit, that's a
I
red
don't delete
flag.
shit, because bitch, why you going through my phone?
If
Get
it's
the fuck
just
outta here.
like,
if he just blatant this out there.
he just
If you going through my
blatant
phone,
out
you
there,
cheating.
talking
I
to
don't
both
give
of
a
y'all
fuck.
at the
Honestly,
same time,
Just don't
like-
crucify me for it. I don't know.
I think the phone is the number one reason for like a lot of breakups and a lot of situations. They say social media, but I just think it's phones, period, because just being able to have access to so many people, contact people whenever you want to, and then somebody be able to go back and track everything you've done, especially
Facts.
on social media. You can track what people like, track what people stuff. And the thing about guys is half of the time we chop, we might be doing random shit, and women are so literal, they'll look at your shit and try to put dots together that aren't even there.
Man.
So that goes back to Breezy point of if you look for something long enough, you're gonna find it.
Facts.
Yeah, I do agree that you shouldn't be doing no dirt anyway, but at the same time, if you're looking for something,
If you looking,
you are
gonna
gonna put
fucking
dots
find it.
together that may not even connect sometimes.
And then
so.
nowadays, bitches, like, you really don't even, whatever bitch on the phone on their social media, go through the social media, go through the likes, go through the
Motherfuckers
hearts.
slapping tags
All right,
on cars
it's-
now.
That just sounds so
popping up at
stressful.
your
It's
logo.
stressful,
all that.
but that's why you have to have a
Jesus,
team. My investigative
You
team.
gotta have a team.
You gotta have a team, and you gotta have a couple different branches where you can send
Oh
off.
my God.
You need a couple people. You can't do it by yourself no more. All right? I'm just telling you.
Man, this is different.
She's
It's
fucking
a,
recruiting.
I mean, if you really, I am hiring.
it's a different world nowadays. Man.
I mean, I don't go looking for shit. If everything is good, fine and dandy, you're paying bills, you're buying me food, you're fucking sucking toes. I'm not looking through shit. So
fucking sucking toe. Shout to,
just saying, you eating ass, like.
shout to the
I ain't
ass
looking-
eaters and toe suckers
I'm
out there.
looking through shit. What you on the phone with? Shit, niggas' phones be down as a motherfucker. If you know, if that phone is down, you already know it's going down. Don't even look through that motherfucker. You gonna
See,
ruin it.
that-
You
that's
gonna ruin
weird,
the night, bitch.
That's
You gonna
weird,
ruin.
though, because I put my
That's true.
phone down so I don't keep fucking picking it up. Because if I see any indication
You gonna ruin the
go
night,
off,
bitch. Don't
I
even
fuck
look.
up the whole thing.
Yeah, that is a so.
Yeah.
I
But
know
I also
niggas.
cheat, so it's
I know
kinda
who
like
niggas who put their phone.
But that's never why I do it. I should probably do that.
I know niggas who had their phone in the refrigerator, on top of the refrigerator, like powered
Look,
off, like
Powered
wow.
the fuck off or on the floor under
That's
the bed.
wow.
Fuck the phone, like.
At the end of the day, man, the phone is a tool. It can be used to create, build. It can
But
be used
just
to tear
be
down and destroy.
Be smart about it, bitches. Collect your evidence. Put it in your archive, like we put our pictures sometimes. Archive that
Apple
shit
tags
and
on
save
your
it for a
car,
rainy
find them
day.
at
Another thing bitches need to be careful with, and just women in general, is this new generation of BBLers and plastic surgery people. We recently just had a doctor come out, and he wanted to let people know that a lot of the doctors are trying to come forward and be more loud and boisterous about the fact that the BBLs that a lot of these chicks are getting are the most dangerous surgeries you can get. They're just as dangerous as a lot of these transplants and other things that people get that are even more serious. So you're starting to see a lot of women die from mommy makeovers and tummy tucks and all this other stuff. I mean, like I said, Kanye lost his mom to the plastic surgery thing. We just had DC Young Fly, his wife, and they got 3 kids together. She just lost her life. It's so sad, especially when you see people with young kids. Woo. It was gut wrenching to see. He just lost his woman to a mommy makeover. I hope, and I don't want to sound insensitive to the situation because I really fuck with DC Young Fly. I hate when this type of shit happens to funny people because you can see it takes like a piece out of them. You know, like some of our funniest people we ever had, you can tell times in their life where shit kind of changed and shifted. And hopefully, you know, DC Young Fly can bounce back, and all we can do is really pray for him. But it's sad that nowadays, like today, we're praising these fat bitches, and we're giving them passes.
What?
No, we're praising these fat Lizzo bitches, but we shaming bitches with stretch marks and a little belly fat and a little this. We need to be lifting up stretch marks, lifting up the little women that are pregnant when they got the little stuff. We need to be lifting post-pregnant women so we can try to do something about this postpartum depression. Yeah. We need to be lifting.
They should want a mommy makeover.
We lifting up the wrong bitches. We lifting up fucking Young Miami getting pissed on. We lifting up all these. We lifting up Sukiana and all these booty hole brown bitches. We lifting up the wrong bitches when we got women out here dying because they got low self-esteem. We got women out here dying because they feel like they got to go get a fake ass like Nicki Minaj, and all of a sudden there's a complication. It's ridiculous. I just feel like the effort in our women empowerment is going towards the wrong shit. It's going towards thotty culture and no accountability. I'm just naturally fat. No, you're not, bitch. You're not naturally fat. You got to go work out just like everybody else. So I'm sick of this whole let's cater to the wrong demographic, because you can do something about being fat. So why are we giving them all of this energy? But what you can't do something about is if you have kids and your body is not formed the same way, your titties aren't the same way. That's not the same way no more. Once you have a kid, once a woman has a kid, her body is never the same again. So those are the women I feel like we need to be empowering, because they're populating the world. They're bringing in our next generation of people. So why not put them in the pedestal? Instead, we want to make a bitch who look like a bow-legged Monique Parker with extra 100 pounds feel like she's a queen, when all she did was eat 10 bags of Doritos before lunch. She didn't do shit special. Now, I'm not like on that anti-big. Shout out to the big women that can embrace their shit, live with their shit, love their shit. I got a love for them. I got all the love for them, the confident big women. But I'm talking to the ones who feel like they should be treated like they're disabled.
Sister Big Bone.
Yeah.
Sister Big Bone.
We love Sister Big Bone. But I'm talking about the ones who feel like that. The ones who act like fat is a disability. Those are the ones I'm talking about. The ones who, the fat people know. I treat fat people the same way I treat gay people. They know who the fuck we talking about. The real ones know. The ones who want to be offended are going to be offended. So fat motherfuckers, gay motherfuckers, it is what it is. We keep it real today. We keep it real today. Fuck it. So let's put our energy into the right shit. Okay?
Work out. Most problems, including depression, can be at least helped greatly by working out.
Exactly.
And most of these people who are dying under the needle, on the table, under the scalpel, whatever the fuck, are trying to take shortcuts in life that they literally do not have to. That's not an insult and that's not insensitive. It's like, bro or sis, it doesn't make any sense. Like, guys are doing it now as well, and they're starting to jump and take a risk. That's not even a risk. A true risk is something that is actually hard to do. You cannot buy good health. So it is hard to get it if you have taken it for granted. So it's like you're trying to buy the look of good health, which can only lead down a tunnel of like death, early death. So it's like, come on, man. Like, stop trying for quick fixes, especially with your body. You get yourself there so you can get yourself back and better, like way better. I've seen mothers have like
triplets or whatever the hell, like big ass stomachs, and have more abs than they've ever had their whole life. So it's not like it's impossible.
And let's be honest. You're never gonna be 100% satisfied with your body.
Never.
There's always gonna be there's always gonna be another body that you're like, damn, I wish I had that. And people won't admit it. Let's say if you could, we talk about 3D print. Let's say if you could 3D print a body. You could 3D print and copy any body, and then they could just put your conscious into that body. What body would you take, Jeremy? What bodies have you been looking at? Like, you know what? I wouldn't mind getting in that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Roddy said Stone Cold, Steve Austin. Head ass nigga, he ripping on the sideline, bro. This nigga, like I said, because I mean, think about what it would feel like to walk around in a Giannis body for a day. You can smack the fuck out of people with like 12-inch hands and shit. Be the long beard and Inspector Gadget ass nigga for a day. That'd be interesting. Or like think about how it would be to be in like a Tyson Fury, Wilder type motherfucker where you got all this knockout power for a day or some shit. Like most of the time when I think about that, I think of the athletes.
That's true.
Breezy, think about if you could be a Simone Biles for a day, where you could just do 100 flips on the D. 100 flips on the D.
That's not my ideal body.
Shout out to Simone Biles though. She dating
She dating
the Packer now. She dating one of our cornerbacks. I gotta look at. We just drafted.
I love Simone though.
Yeah, I love Simone Biles. She dating one of
somebody with a little more
actually get
regular
married or
body fat, less pressure.
They are married.
Less upkeep.
And I know Simone. Hey, I know Simone doing backflips on that motherfucker. Boy, Olympic gold medaling on that bitch. Little ass motherfucker, boy. Shout out to the cornerback we just drafted. That guy doing backflips on that shit.
Jeez.
Probably guarding that shit.
Shout out to that.
Only thing about the gymnasts is they'll do backflips on that shit, but their feet look like fucking nutcrackers. They buddy squirrel
Shoulders
toes.
broad as fuck.
Yeah, toes, and they got a six-pack that's always going to be more defined than yours. But if you can get past that.
Imagine getting topped by a bitch with some man shoulders. You're going to be like,
hey, it's all fun and games. It's all fun and games till she hit the Tasmanian devil.
Fit mommies out there. I love gym women, like women that's in the gym. And for the strap chicks or like the bigger women with stretch marks, you are also sexy. Shout out to y'all.
But could you date a chick that could bench more than you though?
Hell yeah, I would love to. And how?
John, could you date a bitch that is stronger than you?
No.
Hell
so, yes.
That could physically put you like get mad and because my thing about women are a little more.
Wrestle with a bitch.
I'm saying women are a little more reckless when it comes to that. I can't be with no chick that when she get mad. Like I can just imagine if my wife was stronger than me, I would definitely be getting beat.
Because I left the toilet seat up and shit. I ain't got time.
Yeah, wait, clip.
You through the window
Punching
and
you
shit?
on your chest.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Because we gotta sign a waiver before we get
wouldn't,
together and shit.
Little ass
Because
niggas
I'm
and
squaring
shit.
the fuck up with a bitch like that. I'm not going for that. Like, if I did an
Nah,
MMA
not
bitch or
fighting
something
no
like that,
nigga.
like I'm not a professional fighter.
I'm submissive
we gotta
and
sign
breathable.
A waiver
What did
I'm
Bishop
squaring
say?
up.
Oh wow! Shout out to Bishop, submissive and breathable.
I'm submissive and breathable. I don't fight
Ooh-wee.
men.